My dear sister-in-law, you're just the person I need to talk to right now. I'm here to say I'm so sorry. I've actually got plans that I really can't change. So that means we'll be changing the dates of our next trip. It'll be fine, though. Everything will be more or less according to plan. It's just the dates are changing.
What? Wait a minute, Hannah? Just rewind a bit there. What on earth are you talking about? Why are you only just telling me this now when it's been planned for a while?
Okay, well, I didn't think that you would be getting so upset over something as little as this when I'm trying to be serious here. I want a serious conversation to be had. I know that you've organized all of this, and I said that it was fine if you did, but you do know that sometimes people's plans change, right? So if you could please be a dear and reschedule all the reservations for our trip, that'll be great. Surely it won't be that difficult, right?
Hannah, Okay. Now, wait just a minute. You seriously want me to go ahead and change everyone that I've booked for the family? I can't believe what's happening right now.
Oh, come on, Samara. You can't think this is that bad, surely. Well, as my sister-in-law, you can forgive me for my mishap, right? I'm your dear sister, after all.
Oh, for goodness sake. Do you know how inconvenient this all is for me now? Don't you think you're being a bit selfish when it comes to just asking for forgiveness right now? You just suddenly come out of nowhere and say that you have plans and that you want me to change everything to suit you? Are you kidding me right now?
Excuse me? What did you just say to me? What's the big deal in changing things? It can't be helped that I have other plans. Why are you being so arrogant towards me?
What did you just call me? Did you just say that I'm arrogant? I'm not like that at all, and you know that. You're the one being a pain when surely you knew about your plans from the start.
You're the new wife in the family, so whatever I say to you is absolutely true, and I can say whatever I like to you. You really need to learn your place in this family. Okay, so I'm going on a trip to Fiji with my family, but we're going to have to change the dates. So, since you're the obedient sister-in-law, you need to pay the cancellation fee. You'll need to pay it for all the 20 people that are going to Fiji, so be a dear and do that for us so this doesn't turn into a big ordeal, okay?
Are you seriously going to make me try and do something like that? I don't understand what you're talking about. The trip was last week.
Excuse me? What did you just say? What do you mean the trip was last week? I've got no idea what you're talking about. You need to be straight with me right now, Samara. What do you think you're playing at, Samara? Huh? Why am I the one being charged a cancellation fee? Cut this crap out. You're paying for it.
Oh, wow. Look at you, Miss Hannah. You're so full of rage and energy this morning. It's great to see. I knew that this was the kind of reaction that I'd get from you. As for why you're being charged, the credit card registered at the time of the reservation was in your name, Hannah. So I think it's only natural for you to pay up, no?
But you're the one who made the reservation in the first place. You wanted to be at this particular place, so you're the one who should be paying, not me.
It seems like you're not understanding the situation we're in, Hannah. This is your own fault, and your credit card was the one that was used to book the reservation. Look, it's only your cancellation fee that'll be charged, so I don't get why you're being like this. Please pay the $2,000, Hannah.
Me? Excuse me? Did you just say $2,000? Are you kidding me right now? I'm not going to pay back that much when I haven't even traveled. Actually, I want to know, how do you know it was my credit card that was used for this? I didn't even tell you about it. Did you hack into my accounts?
What? No, are you insane, Hannah? When we properly made the reservation for the place, I told you to register your credit card. My card is on hold at the moment.
Accounts? Huh? Really? Is that so? But I don't understand how you could have possibly known that my card was the one being used unless you've hacked into my account.
Can you please just take it easy and calm down? Otherwise, this problem is never going to get solved. Why are you acting so vague and irrational for? I know what you were trying to make me do, Hannah. You were trying to get me to make the reservation, and then I would have had no choice but to pay the cancellation fee myself.
How dare you accuse me of such a thing? Are you seriously trying to throw all the blame on me for this? I'm not at fault at all here. You're such a cow, Samara.
Do you really think it's a good idea to be harassing me like this, Hannah? To be honest, I've been holding back until now, but I've reached my limit with you. I've learned that if I leave you to your own devices, you just start to ruin more lives, and there are more victims on your hit list. I'm not going to let you get away with this. I'll make sure that you're not going to do anything outrageous like this ever again. I'm putting my foot down, so you better stop what you're trying to do, Hannah.
Don't talk crap, you stupid woman. You think you can act so high and mighty now that you're married? Why should I be the one who has to pay for the fee? You know what? Since you've been nothing but rude to me today, you're going to pay for this. No matter what, you'll pay, and that's final. I am not paying a cent towards this. What did you seriously just do to me? I am so sick and tired of dealing with you, Samara. I had made a reservation for a large group of people at another restaurant, but then at the last minute it was canceled. Are you seriously wanting me to pay for all of these cancellation fees?
Hannah. Oh, good morning, Hannah. Isn't it a fine day today? Wow. I didn't expect you to message me so angrily this morning. What the heck are you talking about now?
Don't be such a fool. You know exactly what I'm talking about. I didn't personally give you permission to make a reservation for 20 people. After canceling and causing an inconvenience to the restaurant, the cancellation fee is thrown back on me. You doing this to me is the worst thing I have had to deal with. I have almost got $10,000 worth of cancellation fees just because for 1 day's worth of travel. It's almost come to a total of $30,000. Samara, you need to get over here and get on your knees and apologize for burdening me with all this money crap. You're to come and pay it off right now.
Well, I don't know if we can make that happen, Hannah. Why should I go anywhere near you for? You're the one who's messed all this up and it's harassing me for it. So the cancellation fee should be all put onto you. It's on your credit card, so it should be your responsibility, Hannah. Stop denying it, all right?
Excuse me? Are you seriously kidding me right now? This isn't a joke, Samara. I'm being dead serious here. You need to pay for this right now, okay?
Actually, you know what? I won't. A while ago, I received a phone call from a high-end restaurant. They were confirming the booking that was made. There was also the matter of traveling. I don't think that we're on the same page here, Hannah. Of course, I don't remember the booking, so I asked the restaurant about you.
What the heck are you saying? Are you telling me that they called to confirm the booking? But why would they only do that the day before?
Because the restaurant staff were a little bit suspicious about what was going on. The number displayed on my phone and the number I gave for the reservation were different. That's what they told me, and I knew you were up to something dodgy. You've thrown a lot at me lately, and I'm starting to get very annoyed by it. This is why I started contacting you in advance so that the payments didn't fall back on me, and that your plan would fall to pieces. I'm just covering myself here.
Okay, yeah, and so what about that then, huh? What am I supposed to do about the cancellation fees? You tricked me, and now you're blaming me for everything.
Well, you were trying to make me poor by just suddenly having plans out of the blue, Hannah. When it comes to those fees, you'll be the one paying for it.
Me? Are you kidding me right now? But that is so unfair. I wasn't the one who made any reservations. It's all in your name, so you pay for it.
The staff member at the restaurant took down the number that was given. That number ended up being your phone number, Hannah, so I informed them of what's going on. They said that everything will be sorted as long as you're the one who's paying for the cancellation fee, so I told them that it'll be fine once you knew.
This has got to be some kind of pathetic excuse for a joke. This is crap, Samara. I thought the same number was being used. How can this be true? I don't believe you. Aha! I remember now. You're the one who made the reservations using my cell phone, am I right? You took my phone so they had my details, correct?
Huh? What do you even mean by that? What the heck are you talking about? Have you lost your mind? Why would I do that when I have my own phone?
Stop lying. You're a horrible person. You're just bullying me about the trip now. This is a crime. Bullying is a crime. You're the worst person I've ever dealt with.
Now you're not even thinking straight anymore, Hannah. I'm not surprised that you've tried to turn this whole thing on me to look like you're the innocent one in all this. You know, the restaurant told me that they took a lot of harassment from their end of the phone call. You do realize that they record their conversations to keep staff safe, right? Therefore, I can prove that you were the one who made the reservation in the first place. They told me that if the cancellation fee didn't get paid for within a certain period of time, then they've got the power to file a police report about you and send it here. If you don't pay up quickly, Hannah, you'll be in big trouble with the authorities.
Are you kidding me? The police are getting involved? This is so stupid. Why is something like this so important to you? Just pay the fee and leave me out of it.
But you're ignoring your responsibilities if you don't pay for it. You're the one who organized it, and things are in your name. It's proven that it is, so just pay the fees. A surprise cancellation that isn't handled is a serious form of business interference, Hannah. They could lose a lot of money for this, and that's not fair to them. I think it's only fair for you to just pay for it and move on. Why are you causing such a fuss over this? Why, is it all because your attempt to sabotage me didn't work?
Oh, would you cut it out, Samara? You're such a little brat and deserve a punch in the face. I made these reservations so that you'd have to pay, so why do I have to now? You're the one who should be paying for this, you old hag. This wasn't supposed to be all part of my plan, and you've completely ruined this for me.
Well, I don't know what else to tell you, Hannah. Apart from what you said goes around and comes around, you need to take responsibility for what you did yourself, Hannah.
What on earth is going on here? Why are you making matters so much worse for me? You're a horrible cow, Samara. What on earth is this damage report?
Okay. Don't come to me whining and moaning about it when you're the one who's in the wrong and done something to deserve this thrown at you.
I don't understand what's going on. I've never done anything to the point that the police have had to get involved and take care of the matter.
Oh, right. I see what you're talking about. Well, you kept telling me that I apparently stole your credit card and made reservations in advance with it.
Yes, and that's definitely something that you could have done to me. I wouldn't be surprised because you're very sneaky and want to ruin my life.
Not as much as what you were trying to do to me, Hannah. You're the one who made the reservations in my name, assuming that I'd be the one who had to cancel it. You were planning on making me pay for the cancellation fee this entire time, weren't you? To leave me in debt for a good few years, right? Nice try, Hannah, but it didn't work. So I filed a report against you for stealing my identity and making me look like the bad person when really you were trying to sabotage my financial future. I told you dozens and dozens of times that my credit card was on hold and that I can't use it right now. So now you'll be the one to pay for all the fees now. I never thought that you'd try and do something so stupid to me, Hannah. I thought that you were better than that. I thought that we were getting along. I guess not. But since you're the one that brought this on yourself, you'll just have to do your best in paying for the $100,000 worth of fees.
But I don't understand why you'd make me do something like this. All I was doing was borrowing the credit card because you asked me to make the reservations. Actually, do you even know why I made the reservations for? Do you have any idea what I was actually trying to do, Samara?
I feel like I've got a fairly good grasp on the situation, Hannah. To be frank with you, your younger sister Carla told me all about your little scheme.
What? Are you kidding me? That little brat snitched on me? How dare she? Why is it that she's taking your side in all of this when I'm her flesh and blood?
Did you really just ask me why? Don't you realize how much she actually hates you? You do realize that she's afraid of you, right? How can you not realize her hatred for you?
Excuse me? Her hatred for me? She hates me? I've done nothing even to her, the little snot. Why would she even hold a grudge against me?
Well, she told me a lot about how you used to bully her and pick on her throughout childhood. I don't blame her for hating her own sister if she was getting hurt. And do you know what else she said? I was told that she was bullied by you all because she was a little bit smarter than you. How pathetic of you to hurt her.
You don't even know the full story, so why do you think you've got the right to judge? It's because my sister was being so cocky. She deserved it. It's only natural for the older sister to keep the younger sister straight and obedient, right? I was allowed to bully her and make sure she was disciplined.
In what world do you raise a hand to your younger sister just because she got a worse grade than she did in something? How is she supposed to react to that? Then her grades started getting worse because of you. All because you wanted to beat her up every day after school was done. She was afraid to go home. I was curious as to why she was like this. She's so smart and knows so many things, but she only does an average grade university. It makes no sense. Until I find out how you were treating her. You wanted to make her feel worse about herself, and her grades fell because of it. How dare you treat a sister like that? You even harassed me like this. Did you think I'd stand for it? Of course not. I understand why she lowered her grades. It was to protect herself from your fist.
It's because she's dumb. That's why she went to a lower-ranked university than me. That's all there is to it, Samara. Stop overanalyzing what she said to you. There's nothing else to it, so you need to stop blaming me for my sister's misfortunes. It's not my fault she's like she is, all right? She's just a loser. Firstly, she's a cold-hearted person who left home right after she finished school. And secondly, she's an extremely evil woman who's delusional and always says bad things about me.
Are you kidding me with this crap, Hannah? Do you think I'd ever fall for what you're saying to me? She left home because of the harassment that you were giving her. You've continued acting like this towards her right through when she became an adult. Just the other day, you pushed Carla into a crosswalk at a red light. The light could have turned green at any moment, and you would have let her get hurt. Did you even look her in the face when you did it? Do you even remember what you did?
Oh, come on, you're over-exaggerating a little bit there. My hand just sort of slipped and it hit her and she fell. It was just a tap. It was not my fault because she was the one who was egging me on to do it in the first place. I could tell. She's just so used to how I act around her.
Huh? What on earth is that supposed to mean? How dare you say that when she's been nothing but nice to me throughout her entire life? Why are you like this?
I'll tell you a little story. My sister came home to introduce me to her boyfriend. I thought I had possession over her since I'm her older sister. She ended up selling her own body to some man rather than hanging out with me. But of course, you wouldn't understand how painful it was for me since you're an idiot.
I'm stunned that she would do something like that. I honestly don't hate her for trying to get in with some guy when her sister is bullying her to the point of insanity.
Hey, I did hardly anything to her. She was the one that was weak-minded and thought that she needed to be saved by some guy to get away from me.
It said that she's glad that she could get away from you by being with her boyfriend. I'm not surprised that you wouldn't be kind to the man that she would want to marry. Thank goodness for this happening because now we can corner you for all the horrible things you've done to me and your sister, Carla.
Huh? What on earth are you on about corner me? You couldn't even if you tried. You're both weak and you'll never take me down. You're bluffing. This won't work.
Well, what you said about your sister and how you treated people has made it very clear as to what kind of person you are. I'm not withdrawing my report on you. And I've got no intention of settling this matter with you. I'm going to crush you completely, Hannah. So you better watch your back. If we don't take you down now, there's no knowing what you'll do to people you get involved with in the future and what you'll do to Carla as well.
Are you kidding me right now? This is the attack you're using against me? Oh my God, it's so pathetic, Samara. I can't believe this is happening when I was just about to take out the trash.
What the heck did you just call me? Did you just call me trash? The only person in this conversation that's trash is you. You're going down, Hannah. Carla and I will make sure of that.
Wow, you and the little brat that are in my life are nothing more than trash. I need to retrain you both how to behave to other people. You need to stand up for me against Samara. Have you forgotten what will happen if you turn on me? I'll push you into the cold river if you don't. You can go to hell, big sister, because I'm not dealing with you harassing me anymore. You're nothing but an idiot who tries to sabotage people's lives. Excuse me? What the heck did you just say to me? How dare you talk to your big sister that way? Since when did you get so brave? You're finished, you know. No, Hannah, you're the one who's finished. I hate you with every bone in my body. We're sticking with filing these reports against you, Hannah. What? You're seriously going to do this to me? Your one and only true sister? Are you for real? I've been nothing but nice to you, and this is how you repay me? You've been horrible to me. You're nothing but a scumbag who should be thrown in jail for trying to kill me at a crosswalk. I have endured so much to get to this day. I'm going to go to a lawyer to formally request compensation for all the damage you've done to me over the years, big sister. They'll take you down. We've got all the evidence we need to show everyone that it was all your fault when it came to setting up Samara to pay those cancellation fees. With this, I can finally have the best excuse on the planet to cut ties with you, Hannah. You were never a true sister to me. I was just your punching bag, and I hated it. You can't do this to me, okay? You can't get me involved with the authorities, all right? Don't you realize something bad could happen to me? You don't want anything bad to happen to your big sister, right, Carla? You can't just throw your own flesh and blood under the bus like this. I can, and I plan to, Hannah. I want nothing to do with you anymore. You'll pay for what you've done to me, to Samara, to everyone you've ever hurt. But Carla, please, don't take Samara's side in all of this. She's just brainwashing you into thinking that I'm a horrible person when I'm not. You know that, right? Oh, shut up. I've known you my whole life, and I think I can make a good judgment on how people act around me. And you've got nothing but cruel things to say to me. I'm sick of having this conversation with you. I don't want anything to do with you anymore. You're to leave me alone. If you try and come after me, I'll call the cops. Then they'll have no choice but to lock you up and throw away the key. The only sister I want in my life is Samara. Back off and leave me alone, you piece of scum.
After her incredibly insane conversation with her sister Carla, Hannah finally backed off and left her alone. But it wouldn't be enough since she got sent to prison for harassment and the theft she framed Samara for. She served her time for a bit and then was temporarily released from prison to get out into the real world. Even though she got a new job, her troubles continued. She was arrested again for stealing. It was difficult for her to reintegrate into society, and she couldn't handle not having the things she wanted. Her sister Carla requested compensation from her for all the harassment and physical abuse she gave her. However, Hannah was in a lot of debt due to the cancellation fees. Even if she's rehabilitated, she'll spend the rest of her life in misery. On the other hand, Samara and Carla are getting along really well as sister-in-laws. Now they're like real sisters, and Samara's husband is a little bit jealous of how close they've gotten. Samara hopes to continue building a strong relationship with Carla and the rest of the family she married into. They're all looking forward to the future without Hannah ruining it for them. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.
Hey, Pearl, what is this all about? What's going on? I just saw you rush right by me like something was chasing you or something like that. Is everything okay? Oh, Lisa, this is perfect. I'm so happy that you messaged me right now. I can't stand to be with that man for another single second. Do you hear me? That man? You're not talking about Jeremy, are you? What happened? I mean, you and Jeremy are supposed to be getting married tomorrow. How can you not be happy with him? I just mean, why should a woman as beautiful and successful and amazing as me have to put up with such a horrible man like that? I mean, it's not like he comes from a bad family or anything like that at all, but he's just so stupid and completely useless. I just can't bring myself to like him no matter how hard I try to. All he ever does is really piss me off. Oh, wow, I had no idea that you felt this way about Jeremy at all. But why did you let things get this far then? Why not cut this whole thing short earlier? Well, it's because I know that Dad really wants me to marry this guy, but I also know that it's only because Dad wants the business connections he'll get from having our families be wed. And I thought I could stick through this for the good of the family, but I'm seriously at my limit right now. I just refuse to marry someone that fat and ugly. You really think that Jeremy can't take care of himself? He seems like such a nice, sincere guy to me. I don't know, I was also so impressed that you were able to land someone like him, to be honest. Why were you taken up with him? You really don't know anything about him at all, and that shows it. But he really is just such a fatty. I mean, can you believe that he actually eats the crust of his pizzas? How could someone do that? Please don't tell me that's actually something that you're even remotely upset about. Anyways, maybe you're just getting the pre-wedding jitters, but I'm sure they'll pass. And if the only problems you have with Jeremy are aesthetic, then I'm sure they'll pass in due time. You really don't have any idea what you're talking about at all, do you? Just why in the world are you trying to stick up for a loser like him? He's not nice, he's not sincere, he's not handsome. He looks like some kind of freakish monster straight out of a horror movie. He looks like Frankenstein. You do know that Frankenstein was actually the doctor, right? The monster wasn't actually called... Oh, never mind. I don't care about what the monster was called. You know what I'm talking about, you nerdy little bookworm. In fact, you know Jeremy is something of a nerd himself. I bet that you two would make a much better couple than him and I would. He's always reading some dumb sci-fi book or playing video games with his friends. He's just always doing some silly indoor activity, and I can't stand it. Most of the time, he's just at his computer typing. Well, I thought Jeremy told us when he came over that he's always wanted to try his hand at writing, right? I know that. Not only that, but he even told me that he really has no interest in taking over his family's company at all. But if he's not going to do that, then what's the point of even marrying him? Pearl, please, I think that you're being really unfair right now. I mean, do you really feel that way about Jeremy? I'm just saying that we were supposed to have another meeting today about our wedding, and I just can't bring myself to go. What about you? What if you go in my place? What do you mean? You really want me to be making decisions about your own wedding? Look, Dad wants me to marry Jeremy more than anything, okay? Remember that this is also that our families and businesses can come together. Heck, you could even marry Jeremy for all I care. I don't think Dad really cares as long as it's one of us and the wedding actually happens. Hold on a second, Pearl. Are you really telling me that you don't care if I marry your fiancé? You two are literally getting married tomorrow. I don't think that you should be talking about him like this. I'm just saying that a guy like him doesn't deserve and wouldn't even know what to do with a girl of my caliber. I need a good and handsome man with lots and lots of money. In fact, I already know there's got to be someone out there waiting for me, and that's why you saw me running off. So anyways, I want you to stand in for me at my wedding tomorrow, and you can go ahead and marry that fat, ugly pig Jeremy. Pearl, I don't know what to say. Oh, thank you so much. You both really are freaks, do you know that? I can't believe that you actually think it's a good thing to be getting my sloppy seconds like that. But then again, it's not like you two are going to be able to find anyone better looking than each other and still manage to make it work. I really just don't understand why you're being so nasty, Pearl. I really would have thought that you'd know better than to judge someone so harshly for their appearance. And just what else is there to judge him about? Besides, how can I care about the person he is on the inside when he looks so bad on the outside? Well, if you ask me, people who are ugly on the inside always end up showing it on their face, like you. Excuse me? Was that you trying to insult me? You know that I went to one of the top schools in the country, right? Not only that, but our family background means that I am certainly a winner in life. Well, you do realize that you and I come from the same family, don't you? So I don't know what you're trying to say there. I don't really care what you have to say to me as long as you end up marrying Jeremy and I don't. That way, we can still make Dad happy and I don't have to subject myself to being with Jeremy. It really is a win-win all around. You, me, Dad, and Jeremy all win. It's the perfect plan. Well, I'm not going to be marrying him for any of those reasons. I'm only going to marry him because I love him. I don't care about where our families are from, what Dad wants, what you want, none of it. Man, you really are a freak. Do you know that? I just don't understand you, but whatever. If you want him, you can take him. I don't care at all. You're doing me a favor by taking my ugly husband away from me. I just hope that you two can make each other happy.
Hey, Lisa, are you there? I just wanted to say that it was really nice getting to meet your family tonight, okay? And thanks for making sure that I got home okay.
Oh, it's not at all. I was really wanting to get out of the house by the end of it all. So thank you for being such a good drinking partner. Actually, the thing is that I really did want to talk to you tonight, as I'm sure you were able to tell.
But I still can't believe that you said what you said to me tonight. But are you sure? I just don't know what to say.
Of course I'm sure about this, Jeremy. I mean, I remember when I first met you. There was just something about you.
I know you said that to me earlier at the bar. I'm sorry, but I really can't see what someone like you would even like about someone like me.
I just think that you're a really caring and thoughtful person. You're nothing like my parents or my sister. I don't know. I talk to you and I just feel at ease. It's like all the pressure of the world just melts off of me.
Lisa, I actually feel the exact same way. I hope that's okay to say.
Wait, you do? What do you mean? Are you saying that I make you feel the same way that you make me feel?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm trying to say. I talk to you and it feels like I'm in a safe place where I'm not having to perform for my parents or friends or shareholders or anyone like that. And talking to your sister, well, no offense, but I really don't think she likes me at all. Anytime that we're alone together, she's just playing on her phone. I really do try and be approachable and talk to her and be a man that she's wanting to marry, but I think that, all I'm doing is just pushing her away. So this is all just a huge relief for me.
Oh, I see. I really am sorry for how horrible my sister can be at times. I just really don't know what to do with her at all.
No, it's okay. I knew from the start that this wedding was all about being controlled by our parents, so I'm not really that surprised that being married like this would repel Pearl. But it's not all that bad. After all, it's thanks to all this that you and I were able to meet. But I would have no idea the way you felt about me if you hadn't said anything. In fact, I was rather confused and angry with myself. After all, how could I be falling in love with my fiance's sister and still think of myself as a good person?
Well, don't be surprised if people talk about us because of this, you know.
No, I don't care what people say, as long as I can be with you. Then that's all I really want. But I guess that means that you and I have a big day tomorrow, huh?
Yes, finally, and I am very happy that the wedding was going to be small and for family only. I mean, I can't imagine the confusion this would cause if the wedding was really big. After all, who ever heard of the bride being switched out at the last second? But I guess according to Pearl, neither of my parents really care about which of us is marrying you.
Yeah, well, it was actually Pearl who said that she wanted to have a smaller, more intimate wedding with only family there. I was wondering if it was because she was embarrassed to be married to me.
Oh, Jeremy, you don't need to worry about my sister anymore. I doubt she'll even come tomorrow. Although if she did, I'm sure that it would be just to try and make fun of the two of us for going along with her plan.
You're right, nothing else matters now that I know you and I are going to be able to be together. I guess I'll see you tomorrow then.
See you then, Jeremy. Sleep well. Hey there, sis. I just wanted to let you know that I arrived to your wedding. I knew that you two were ugly enough to be a perfect match. So you really did actually show up. I just don't know what to say. You really are horrible. Do you know that? Oh, come on. We're sisters. Did you really think that I wasn't going to be here for your big day? Besides, Mom and Dad said that they didn't care if I was here or not. But when I thought about how hilarious your ugly little wedding is going to be, I just knew that I had to be there, and I'm sure that's what the rest of the family is thinking. I don't get it. What is the matter with you and our parents? Why do you always have to act this way? I mean, I guess I know the answer to that. You all only care about this marriage for what you think it's going to do for our family. What other point even is there to this whole stupid sham of a wedding? It's all about our families. You two are just tools for the greater good. Do you understand? Whatever. I'm just glad that you're enough of a sap to marry this guy. It means that I'll never have to worry about being married to a loser like Jeremy. And just who is this other man that you've shown up with to my wedding, huh? Don't tell me you've already found a new boyfriend. Well, no duh. Did you think it was going to take long for me to get a new one? I mean, have you seen how I look? But he really is a looker, isn't he? If you really want to know, his name is Owen. So if anyone asks about me, I've been dating Owen this whole time and was never, ever with Jeremy. You really are just pathetic. Do you know that? You can't even have people knowing the truth about you dating Jeremy. That is really sad. Well, I don't care what you think, since Owen has graduated from one of the top schools in the country and works for one of the largest, most powerful companies in the country. He's still in his 20s and already makes $20 million a year. So in the end, it all works out for me. So is that all you care about for your wedding too? Just external things like money and fame, is that all you care about? Wait a second, don't tell me that you're jealous of me right now. You are! You're jealous that I brought this sexy rich man with me and you're stuck with Jeremy. You know, I've already introduced Owen to our parents and they are going to be huge fans of him. You mean you really brought your boyfriend to my wedding just so that you could introduce him to our parents? And why wouldn't I use your wedding to take care of this? After all, Owen is from a rich family and I'm sure that Mom and Dad would want to meet him. I really am sure that Mom and Dad are going to have no problems with him at all. This is going to be perfect. I don't believe this. My whole family is like this. How was I lucky enough to end up the only sane one out of all of you? You're calling yourself sane, and yet you're the one that's happy to be marrying a total loser like Jeremy. That's rich. But whatever. I hope the two of you make each other happy. I know Owen is going to make me very happy, not to mention rich. Hey, Lisa, what the heck is all of this about? I heard that you two were going to be cutting ties to your families? What the heck are you trying to pull right now? I'm not trying to pull anything at all. Jeremy and I just want nothing to do with any of you anymore. We're sick and tired of being treated like pawns in our parents' games. We're not going to let them control our lives any longer. But you can't do this. You can't just decide to do this by yourselves. Don't you realize that if you do this, Dad could lose the company? You know, Pearl, in a way, this is all your fault. If you had just married Jeremy instead, none of this would be happening. What kind of silly backwards logic is that? You really think that I'm going to buy that? You really seem to have a bad memory when it comes to the things that would make you look bad. But it doesn't really matter now. Jeremy and I have made up our minds, and we're not going to be manipulated by you all anymore. Don't you realize what you're doing? You're betraying your family. You're being a terrible daughter by doing this. You think I really care about the family that said that Jeremy and I belong together because we're so ugly? Because that's rich if you think I'd ever feel like I owe any kind of loyalty to them at all. You're just completely useless. Do you know that? This was going to be the one good thing you ever did for us, and now you've gone and ruined it. Wait a second. What's going on? I just turned on the TV and... Why is Jeremy on it? Oh, yeah, well, that sounds about right. I mean, I told you that Jeremy always wanted to be an author ever since he was younger, right? Well, anyways, he wrote and published a book, and it's already a bestseller. So some news crews came over to have an interview. Hold on. You're telling me that Jeremy published his book and that it's a huge success? I know that he was working on one, but I didn't realize he'd finished. Well, I think it's just amazing, and I am so proud of my husband for what he's accomplished. So what? You think any of this matters? He'll probably just be a one-hit wonder. And besides, are you really saying you prefer him as a writer rather than tied into our business connections? Because if that's the case, then you really are both idiots. In fact, if I were you, I would leave him and go find a better man for yourself right away. Pearl, you need to stop this. I love Jeremy, and Jeremy loves me. And that's what makes us work so well together. Wow, I really just don't know what else to say except that you need to wake up to your being brainwashed. But whatever, I'm going to be happy with my husband, and that's all that really matters. Are you serious? You mean that you didn't message me right now because you wanted to ask for financial help? What in the world are you talking about? Why would Owen and I ever need to go to you two for help? Are you sure that you really want to talk about this? I mean, you do know that Owen is just a scammer, right? What is that supposed to mean? What are you even talking about? How dare you try and spread such lies? I'm just saying that his whole resume, the whole background that he gave you was a complete lie. He was just trying to make himself look good so that you would agree to marry him, but the truth is that he doesn't really have any money at all. So that's why I thought that you were only messaging me now because you were in desperate need of help. Oh, please, Lisa, I don't need you to tell me that Owen is nothing but a scam artist, but the fact of the matter is that he does have some money, and he's just so kind. Are you sure about that? Because I heard that he just took Dad's money and ran off with it, and now the family is really upset. It's okay, you can be honest with me. There's no need to lie about any of this. Are you trying to make fun of me? Is that what's going on? I mean, I don't really think I would need to try very hard if I was, but at this point, you're the one making a fool out of yourself. Whatever, laugh all you want. It's not going to make any of what you're saying more true. And even if Owen did run away with Dad's money, I would rather that happen than have to end up being married to someone as ugly as Jeremy. Well, okay then, but if that's really the case, then would you mind leaving me alone? I don't need you contacting me anymore. Fine then, this was a whole waste of time anyways, and I never should have tried talking to you in the first place. Hey, Lisa, I was just thinking, do you remember that one time that you were in second grade and I lent you some money? Excuse me? What in the world are you talking about, and why would I even remember something like that? Yeah, you said that you really wanted to buy some magazine or something like that while we were at the mall. And you said that Dad wasn't giving you any money, so that's why you came to me to ask for some so that you could buy it for yourself. Anyways, I think it's high time that you paid me back for that. Wow, you're too proud to ask for money, so you have to make up a silly story like this? I mean, I knew that you were prideful, but I didn't think that you'd try to call in some 20-year-old debt. Whatever, I know that you have some spare money lying around, don't you? After all, I heard that Jeremy's book is already being made into a movie. You have to have money. And if we did have money, what business of yours is any of that? Well, we're family, and I really need some of it, so please, can't you help me out? I mean, I am seriously flat broke right now. Not only that, but the rest of the family is saying that they want nothing to do with me at all, so there really is no one else I can turn to. So even though you said all those horrible things about Jeremy and treated him like he was beneath you, you still come to us for help? Look, I don't like this any more than you do. I thought that I'd be fine, but I'm not, and now I don't have any other option but to ask for your help. You really think that you can act all high and mighty like this just because you married rich? You didn't do anything to deserve the money you have right now. Except I already told you that I was never marrying Jeremy for the money. I only ever respected him as a good person. And besides, you know that I have a job and earn my own money. We both are there for each other and we both help each other out. Oh yeah, I'm sure that you bring in just as much as he does. You are just all talk, do you know that? It's so obvious that you're just into this for the money. You're just talking to me like this because you think that you have the upper hand and can look down on me. But you wouldn't be treating me like this if I hadn't given you Jeremy. Great, thanks for that. Is that all you have to say? Because I have better things to be spending my time on. Wait, no, please, you can't just go. I really need you to lend me some money right now, or else things are going to get really bad for me. You see, I thought that I'd be making a lot of money from marrying Owen, and so I quit my job. And I also may or may not have taken out a bunch of loans. Hold on a second. You're telling me that you quit your job and took out loans? What is the matter with you? Well, I thought that Owen was this huge millionaire, so I thought I could just take out some money now and have him pay it all back later. I only used it to go out and buy some bags and clothes that I wanted. Just stuff like that, you know. Okay, Pearl. How much money did you end up borrowing for all of this? Well, I don't have an exact number. But the last time I checked, it was already around the ballpark of $20,000. Wow. Just wow. I really don't even know what to say, but no, we're not going to be helping you out there. You figure this out yourself. I can't believe this. I'm your sister, and you're not even going to help me after I've come to you and explained how much trouble I'm in? Pearl, I'm sorry, but there is really nothing that would ever make me want to help you. But anyways, if this is all that you wanted to talk to me about, then I think we're done here. Hey there, Jeremy. Do you remember me? I'm Pearl, Lisa's sister.
Oh, of course I remember you, Pearl. What's going on?
Well, the thing is that now that I've spent time away from you, I think it's finally helped me realize that I really love you.
Excuse me? I don't know what to say to that.
Well, it's just that I guess I didn't realize what I really had until it was gone, you know? But now I know the truth, and I know that I need you.
But I don't understand. When your sister and I got married, you brought that other man with you.
No, it wasn't like that. I was just jealous, and I thought that bringing him might have made me feel better, but it didn't at all. I was being an idiot and finally realized that, and I just want you to know how sorry I am about it all.
I see. You know, I actually heard that Owen guy that you were with turned out to be a scammer, is that right?
It's true. He was so horrible, and I just had no idea at all. That's why I feel like now I have no choice but to come to you for help. Please, you have to know that I only have feelings for you. I want to be together with you.
Well, I understand your feelings, and I appreciate your honesty, but the fact of the matter is that I'm married to your sister Lisa, and she's the girl that I love.
But what about me? There was a time when you and I were together, don't you remember? You told me that I was beautiful, and I went to a good school and everything.
Yes, well, I did say that you are beautiful, but I was really only talking about the kind of person you were from the outside.
What is that supposed to mean?
Well, to be perfectly honest with you, I don't really care about appearances at all. As long as I love that person with all my heart, I really don't care about how they look or anything like that. So yes, you are beautiful, but not in the way that I would ever want to be with. Besides, I know that you made fun of me for how I looked.
Hold on a second, are you really telling me that you want to be with my sister more than you want to be with me? Don't you realize how much better I'll look on your arm than her? Just think about it. You've wanted to be an author ever since you were little, and now you finally achieved your dream. But imagine how good it would make you look to have a pretty and well-educated wife with you.
Pearl, you know you're more than just some arm candy for another man to use, right? You should have more confidence in yourself.
What in the world are you talking about? I'm bragging about how much better I am than my sister. Doesn't that show that I have confidence?
I just mean that maybe you should try and have more confidence in your personality as well as your looks and whatever school you went to. Also, you should know that I've already heard from Lisa about how you reached out to her to ask for money, so I'm afraid that I can't really give you any help there.
I knew it. I knew I was right about this whole time. You're nothing but a horrible, ugly, lame loser. There. How did that feel? I bet you're absolutely crushed now.
Pearl, please, I think that this is all just a little ridiculous, don't you? I mean, what is the point of acting this way towards me? What do you think is gonna accomplish, huh?
I knew that I should never ever come and ask for help from you two like this. That was my only mistake here. I should have known that losers like you would turn on someone like me the second you thought you had a little leverage. But whatever. I guess I should have expected this from the two of you. After all, a couple of fat, ugly losers like you would make a perfect match, and now you have. Pearl, are you there? What were you thinking? Why in the world would you try to break into our house? I mean, you realize this is going to follow you around forever on your permanent record, right? Whatever, it doesn't matter at all anymore. You can say whatever you want to me now. My life is over anyways. I had to take out more loans to pay off my old loans. Not only that, but Dad's company is on its final legs. Everything is coming apart around us. I can't believe that it's all finally come to this. Well, first of all, Jeremy and I already agreed that we want nothing to do with our family's respective businesses and that we weren't going to be their pawns. But, given that both of our families were hoping to count on one another to help out their businesses, I'm not surprised to hear about what's happening to Dad's company. But I still just don't understand how you can still act so selfishly. I mean, you marry rich, run off with your husband, and refuse to lift a finger to help your family. I guess I just thought that you'd be a little more understanding of someone in a position like what I'm dealing with now, but I guess that you two only care about yourselves. You know that it's more complicated than that. Besides, our families didn't even care about Jeremy and I as people. You said yourself that Dad didn't care which of us married him, just so long as it was one of us. And besides, none of this excuses you breaking into my house like some kind of thief in the night. But the police will be here soon, so you might want to think about what you'll tell them. But, wait, what do you mean? You really called the cops on me? How could you do this? Don't you think that I've been through enough already? Been through enough? I think that everything that has happened to you up to this point has been your fault. I don't get why you think that you can act like this and not be punished for it, but I'm sorry, I can't let this go. You've done enough to Jeremy and I already, and this has gone far enough.
Well, that was a complete freaking mess to say the least.
Ugh, yeah, I know. I'm just seriously over my sister. She has taken this whole thing way too far, and I'm not going to stand for it. But I'm just so happy that you and I are finally going to be moving out of this town so we don't have to deal with this ever again. But I just want you to know how sorry I am for all of this. I really never wanted anything like this to happen, especially not to you.
Oh, come on. You know that there's nothing to apologize for. Besides, if I never met your sister, then I would never have met you, so I don't regret a thing.
You're right, it hasn't been easy, but I'm glad that we've been together through this.
By the way, you should know that my father officially told me that he didn't want me to have any part in the family business. He said that if I wasn't going to take over the business, then I wouldn't get anything from it either. So I guess that now we're finally in the same boat when it comes to us having finally cut off our families entirely.
But the only reason our parents ever wanted us to get married in the first place was because they thought it would help their companies. I'm sure it wasn't easy to hear that from your dad, but I'm just glad that they also know that they can't treat us like they're puppets.
You're right about that. I wish things weren't quite this bad, but our parents can't be allowed to treat us like that. As for your sister, well, I guess we don't really have to worry about her either.
As long as I'm with you, I don't need anyone else from my family. They've caused me so much pain that I thought no one would ever be able to understand until I met you. After that, the police arrived and dragged my sister away for breaking and entering and destruction of property. She ended up being charged a huge fine for all of that. For Pearl, that meant she was forced to take out more loans in order to pay her legal fees. She had lost her family, 2 potential suitors, her sister, and now she really was neck-deep in debt. I have no idea what she's going to do to get herself out of this mess. I heard that my dad's business wasn't able to stay open and was only able to keep operating for a few months after Pearl was arrested. Without the connections to Jeremy's family, they lost the one lifeline they thought could save them. As for Jeremy's family, their company was much larger than mine. But I heard that the cousin who ended up taking over has been embroiled in several huge scandals and that the company has been struggling. As for Jeremy and I, we moved out of this town and have been enjoying our new lives away from the people who tried to manipulate us in the first place. Jeremy is still writing and I'm working. We do all that we can to help each other and I couldn't be happier. Of course, I wish that things had gone better with our families, but I'm just grateful that we were able to find each other and be our islands in the stormy sea of our lives. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.
I've got something to say to you, Connie. Why is it just about the only thing you're good for around here is doing housework, and yet you can't even cook a decent meal? Why on earth do I even allow the privilege of living in this house? There is absolutely no redeeming qualities to you at all. I was just talking to Ashley about you, and I was so relieved to see that we were both on the same page about you. We had such a great time telling each other all the things we hate the most about you.
There you are, Talia. Thank goodness, I've been waiting to hear from you for hours. You said that you were going to eat dinner at the house tonight, so I got everything ready for you. But once the sun went down and I hadn't heard from you, I was starting to get really worried. Jonas told me that he was texting you too. Haven't you been checking your phone?
Oh, for the love of Pete, Connie. Why are you getting so worked up over me setting down my phone for a few hours? My plans changed. My dear Ashley came home for the first time in forever. I was so happy. I told her that we needed to go out to dinner some night to celebrate, and she said she was thinking the same thing. So, since we were both so into the idea, we decided to go out tonight. Isn't that something? We always see eye to eye on everything. It's so wonderful to have a connection with my daughter. My real daughter, that is. You and I are like polar opposites. It's been so hard for me to deal with you being in the house all the time. Lately, I've been feeling like I need to get a break from you.
I see. Well, I'm glad that you and Ashley had a good time together. But I wish you could have shot me a text to let me know. You asked me to make dinner, so I planned on having it ready around the time you usually come home.
There it is again. You just can't help yourself, can you? I have done my very best to put up with you, but I simply can't do it any longer. That is what I hate about you, Connie.
I'm not sure what you mean.
Why do you insist on making snide remarks at me every single chance that you get? Is that how your parents raised you, to be such an overbearing scold? I'll bet that's where you got it. No matter what happens, you always have to be in the right. You always have to be the victim. You never put 1 ounce of thought toward my plans or my needs. You just keep pushing your own opinions and ideals onto everyone else. I am so sick and tired of that attitude of yours.
That wasn't my intention at all, Talia. In fact, I went out of my way to make dinner line up with your schedule, just like I do every day. I understand that circumstances can change, but in that event, I really wish you would send me a simple text to let me know. That's all I'm saying.
You really don't understand what your position is, do you?
I'm not sure I know what you're referring to.
I deigned to allow you to marry my son, and now, out of the kindness of my heart, I'm allowing you to live in my house with me. Ashley told me a lot of things about you tonight, and it all makes perfect sense to me now. I don't need to be concerned about your feelings whatsoever. You're nothing but my lowly daughter-in-law, and you do not have the right to talk to me like you are.
Oh, great. Look, I have no idea what sort of nonsense Ashley was saying to you tonight, but if I'm being completely honest, you never really seemed like you care about my feelings in the first place.
And still you're talking back to me like a snotty teenager. Oh, and don't think I haven't noticed that your cooking has gotten worse over time. What have you been doing to your cooking, Have you been adding anything to it? Maybe poison?
No, I have not been poisoning you. I was never very good at cooking. It's one of my least favorite things to do. I told you all about that before, didn't I? But in spite of that, I decided that I should do whatever I could to help support the family, so I cook dinner for everyone every day.
Don't lie to me. Ever since Ashley's been staying with us, your food definitely tastes worse. Not that your cooking was ever good, but it's far worse than usual lately. You say you're not poisoning me, and we'll assume you're telling the truth for now. But that just means that you're doing it to make Ashley unhappy.
That's not what I'm doing at all. I wish I knew what was going on. I'm tasting the food as I cook, and it always seems fine up until I serve it.
Your food is always either too spicy, too sweet, or too salty. You never get a good flavor balance. I've been baffled by your inability to properly fold a shirt, sweep the floor, or do any other mundane task up until now. But thanks to Ashley, I know exactly what you're doing. You're doing it on purpose to bother me.
Please understand, both Jonas and I have our own jobs. We decided before we got married that we would split up the household duties 50-50.
Yes, I told that to Ashley too, and she agrees with me. That's absolutely scandalous. Housework is a woman's responsibility. That's the way it's always been, and that's the way it always will be.
What about your husband, though? He helps out an awful lot with the housework, doesn't he?
He's different. He actually enjoys doing housework. Cooking also happens to be a hobby of his. I suppose he's been rather busy lately, so he only ever cooks on the weekends. And even though you were gifted with a father-in-law who, for God knows what reason, enjoys doing the housework, you still do nothing but complain about everything.
I would say that's a bit of an overstatement.
Speaking of overstate, I think you've overstayed your welcome. How long are you planning on living with us anyway?
Why do you ask?
Because there are no benefits whatsoever to having you in the house. My real daughter is coming to stay with us, so I can help her take care of the baby after she gives birth. That means you need to get out. Clear all your things out of your room immediately. I'm giving her your room.
What's wrong with the guest room she's sleeping in right now?
It's far too small.
All the bedrooms other than the master bedroom are the same size.
Well, then it feels too small. In any case, you're moving out as soon as possible.
Is this all coming from Ashley, too?
Of course it isn't. I've been wanting to have you out of my sight for as long as you've been living with us. And honestly, how thick can you possibly be? I was sure you would take the hint that you're neither wanted nor needed once Ashley came to stay with us. You continue to surprise me, Connie, and never in a good way.
I see. Sorry to disappoint you.
Spare me your apologies and get packing. I want you completely gone from my house by the time I get back. Do I make myself clear? That means you have just a few hours left, so do hurry.
You're kicking me out tonight?
Would you like me to refer you to some nice homeless shelters in the area?
I'll pass. Talia, are you really sure you want to do this?
Am I sure? I've never been more sure of anything in my life. All you do in the house is get in the way of my happiness. You'll have to find someone else who's willing to put up with you. Or if you can't, you'll just have to find yourself a nice cardboard box to live in.
All right, then. I'll be leaving. And taking the $5,000 per month I put in toward our living expenses with me. I wish you all the best of luck making ends meet without me.
Are you serious? We'll be doing just fine without your dead weight. Remember, you have until midnight tonight to get out. And make sure you leave a clean room when you go.
As you wish.
What on earth? What did you do, Connie? All our furniture, appliances, the TV, the microwave, the beds, everything is gone. What did you do with all of our things, you little thief?
You asked me to take all my stuff out of the house, so I did. Did I not leave it clean enough for you?
Don't get smart with me. Did you think you would be able to just get away with stealing all of my things? Bring it all back immediately, or else I'm calling the police.
That won't do you any good.
And why not?
I'm just saying I don't think the police are going to be able to make me give you guys all of my stuff. Seeing as though, it's mine.
What do you mean?
I mean just what I said. Every single piece of furniture, appliance, and every other electronic device was bought by Jonas and I. We've just been letting you use them free of charge. And you told me to take my stuff and leave, so I did. What's the problem? Did you forget what it was like in there when we moved in? The newest thing you had was a TV from 20 years ago. Half of the other stuff was broken, so we bought an entire new set of household essentials for you.
You did? I don't remember that.
Well, it's the truth. I can show you the receipts if you want.
But what is Jonas going to do now? How is he going to live here like this? There's not even any beds for him to sleep on. Are you fine with forcing your husband to sleep on the floor?
What are you talking about? Jonas is my husband and he's on my side. We're both moving out together. So you don't need to worry about him. He'll be sleeping perfectly comfortably.
What? But that's ridiculous. He doesn't need to move out, just you. His sister's going to give birth in a matter of weeks. He should be here by her side.
Jonas and Ashley never had a particularly close sibling relationship. Then, after seeing what you and Ashley were doing and saying to me, he had enough. He said that if you guys were going to kick me out, then he was going to go with me.
This can't be happening. What did you tell him? You must have told him a pack of awful lies to get him to do this to me.
I didn't need to tell him anything. He's always told me that he's basically lived his entire life by looking at you and doing everything in the exact opposite way. That's why he's become such a good man. I was kind of confused when he first told me about that, but now that I've met you, it all makes total sense.
I told you earlier today, Connie, you are my daughter-in-law, and I will not allow you to speak to me like that. Just like I won't allow you to steal my things. Bring it all back this instant.
I already told you it's all mine, so that's not going to happen. Not to mention, I'm the one who's been paying for practically everything around here to the tune of $5,000 per month. So, if we're talking about what's mine and yours, I'll probably put enough money into that house to buy it outright.
What? What do you mean?
We've already been through this. I told you that I was leaving and taking the $5,000 I put into our expenses every month with me, didn't I? I meant every word of that. It would be nice to get a thank you for all I've done for you up until now, but I'm not holding my breath.
You mean you were telling the truth?
Let me put it to you this way. You're free to believe what I said or not. But at the end of the month, when all the bills come due, you're going to find out the hard way. And additionally, you spend most of your days God knows where doing God knows what. So I'm the one who's been doing nearly all of the housework for you. You're in for a very, very rude awakening now that I'm gone.
Don't act like such a martyr for doing a few chores every now and then. I am a far more capable homemaker than you. I won't have any trouble at all. Not to mention I have my husband here to help me, and if you really were spending $5,000 a month, all I can say is you must have terrible spending habits. I'll be able to make do with much less.
For your sake, I sure hope that's true. For my part, I've told you nothing but the truth tonight and done exactly what you told me to do. If you don't like it, that's your problem, not mine.
You really are a nasty little woman, aren't you? I have no idea why my fine, upstanding son saw fit to marry a lowly woman such as yourself. If you cared about him at all, you'd divorce him and set him free.
Again, we've been through this. Jonas is on my side. He's not going to divorce me just because you threw a temper tantrum. He's not going to divorce me at all, actually. We're in this for life.
That's it. I can't talk to you anymore. I don't want to see your face or hear your voice anymore. Now that you're out of my house, I am going to be happier than I ever dreamed possible. And I won't have you coming around to mess it all up again, so I think I'll go ahead and block your number right now.
Go right ahead. Goodbye, Talia.
Hey, Connie? I'm really sorry about yesterday. Things got pretty hectic. We really had to rush to get everything out the door before my mom got back. My legs and back are still tired from moving all that furniture, and I'll bet you're just as tired. But hey, I still see this as an overall positive for us. Thanks to my mom going crazy last night, I finally have the best excuse I could ask for to cut her out of my life. From now on, we'll be able to have a nice, peaceful, quiet life with just the two of us. One thing that concerned me, though, I was talking to my dad this morning. He told me that Mom was up way past midnight texting you. Is that right? He said her face was beet red and all scrunched up like she was super angry. She was probably getting on your case about everything. Was everything all right?
Yeah, she was not happy, to say the least. But yeah, I was fine. Thanks for asking, Jonas. You were so tired from moving that you had already fallen asleep by the time she started texting me. I figured there was no point in waking you up to tell you about it. We could just talk about it in the morning. And yeah, so you were right on target. She texted me complaining about all the stuff in the house being gone.
Yep, there's not much else that she would be talking to you about. But what I was really wanting to ask was, are you okay? Like, how are you doing with everything? It must be a lot to take in over such a short period of time.
Yeah, it is a bit much, but I'm less worried about myself and more worried about your dad. I feel really guilty for leaving him behind like that. I mean, your dad has always been incredibly kind and generous to me. I never had any problem with him. But he still had to just stand by and watch as we took all of our stuff and left. That couldn't have been a very pleasant experience for him. I'm worried that I was so angry at your mom that I went and did something to hurt your dad, which I never wanted to do.
Yeah, I get what you mean. I appreciate the fact that you're so concerned about my dad. For his part, he gave me his blessing to leave the house. He said that we didn't need to worry about him. All that he wanted was for us to enjoy our married life together.
That sounds just like your dad.
That's what he said anyway, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be really hard for him to deal with living in that house from now on. Not only are we leaving, but Ashley's moving in, and she's gonna be there for a while. That is not gonna be easy for him to deal with.
Yeah, I'll bet. Oh, hold on a second. I just got another text.
Jonas!
Huh? What is it?
Great news! Like, the best possible news I could have gotten. We don't have to worry about your dad any longer. With this, he's finally going to be free.
Wait a minute. Do you mean you got the report already? No way! I never thought he would finish this quickly.
I'm just as surprised as you are, but he said he has everything we need. I still haven't read all of the fine details, but from what he's saying, I think this might be even bigger than we were imagining. We'll talk about that later in person, okay? The important thing right now is that we'll be able to make our move tomorrow. Today started on kind of a negative note, but now things are really looking up.
Jonas, what is the meaning of this? We had a special delivery come to the house, which I thought was odd because I haven't ordered anything. But then your father said it was for him, and you would not believe what is happening right now. And imagine my shock when I found out that you were apparently in on the whole thing. It's all that awful Connie's fault, isn't it? You changed ever since you married her. She's completely corrupted your good heart with her evil lies. But it's not too late for you. I can still save you. You need to divorce that woman at once and come back home. Please, your family needs you. I need you.
Mom, how long are you going to keep doing this? Even when you've been caught red-handed, you're still going to try and claim that it's everyone else's fault but your own? You're the one who's in the wrong here. That's plain for anyone to see. This is all happening because you were thinking of yourself without any consideration for Dad or his feelings. It gives me no pleasure to be saying this, but after seeing what I've seen, I'm frankly embarrassed to be your son.
Jonas, no, I didn't raise you to be the kind of boy who talks to his own mother that way. What happened to you? Don't you understand what this means? Your father's going to divorce me at this rate. Is that what you want to happen?
It doesn't seem like it matters what I want to happen or not. Dad's gonna do what he needs to do. It's not my place to try and influence him one way or another. But regardless of his decision, you have only yourself to blame, Mom. And it's not like I'm a little kid anymore. I'm old enough to be able to handle my parents breaking up. But if you're asking me for my opinion, I think it's definitely in Dad's best interests for him to divorce you as soon as possible. He's worked so hard to support you over the years. He's been everything that you could have asked for in a husband. And this is how you repay him? By betraying his trust in such a cruel, disgusting way? You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Please, Jonas, you have to understand I made a mistake. That's all this is. Ever since your father and I got married, all I've been is a housewife. And when you're a housewife, you have quite a bit of free time. And your father's a hard worker, yes, but you know what that means. It means that he's away at work for most of the day. So there I was, my housework all done for the day, nothing interesting on TV, and no husband to keep me company. I got lonely. And so I did what any normal person would do. I went out and found someone to keep me company.
Oh, give me a break. Is that really your excuse? Well, if you think I'm gonna buy that excuse for 1 second, you got another think coming. Yeah, Dad worked long hours in order to support you, by the way. But ever since we moved in with you guys, you've barely done anything around the house. You just shoved all the work onto Connie. So that's why you had so much free time, because you stopped doing housework, which was your only job. And you think having extra free time justifies finding someone to keep you company practically every day of the week?
What was I supposed to do? Talk to Connie? Oh, she hates me.
I think your behavior toward her has a lot to do with that, don't you? And besides, you could have, gone to a bridge club or taken up a hobby. Anything but have an affair with Ashley's ex-boyfriend's father. God, just the thought of the two of you together makes me want to puke.
Please don't talk that way about us. After all, he's the father of the man that Ashley fell in love with. It's only natural that we would have a connection. And when you think about it, Ashley isn't entirely innocent in all of this either.
Look, I have no interest in getting any more involved in my parents' relationship than I already am. Frankly, you shouldn't want me to get involved here. The only concerned parties are you, Dad, Ashley, her ex-boyfriend, and his father, your boyfriend. I only have 2 more things to say on this matter, and then I'm done. First off, don't you dare do anything to humiliate Dad any more than you already have. And second, don't you dare drag my wife into your mess any more than you already have. Those are not suggestions, those are not requests, they are demands. And if you violate either of them, I swear to you, as God is my witness, I will destroy you.
Connie, can we talk? I wanted an opportunity to apologize for my actions the other day. I'm terribly sorry for everything I've done to you. So please, can't you help me? There's no one else I can ask but you. My son is furious with me.
And what makes you think I'm any less angry at you than he is? Seriously, I told you to never contact me again. What did you expect would happen if you came to me begging for help?
You're partially responsible for this, too. My husband told me that you were the one who suggested he hire a private detective to follow me around. You knew about all of this, didn't you?
Yeah, I did actually. Your husband came to me a while back saying that he wanted to talk about you. He had noticed certain changes in your behavior and was suspicious from the start. All I did was tell him that my woman's intuition told me that something was definitely up with you. But all we had were our suspicions. We didn't have any evidence of what you were doing. So we decided that we should have you checked out to see if our suspicions were correct, and that's when I decided to talk to a private detective.
I knew it. You were the one responsible for all of this. You should have kept your mouth shut. This was a matter between me and my husband. It didn't concern you.
Ah, yes, the tried and true last resort of people with nothing else to say in their own defense.
You shouldn't have noticed the bad things I'm doing.
Well, newsflash, Talia, you and Ashley shouldn't have been doing those bad things in the first place. If you don't do anything bad, there wouldn't be anything for me to notice. And can you really fault me for noticing? You two practically weren't even trying to hide what you were doing.
What? What are you talking about?
Remember the other night when you went out to dinner with Ashley but didn't tell me? You know that night you accused me of being insensitive for having your dinner ready at the time you usually get home? It wasn't just you and Ashley at the dinner that night, was it? No, there were 4 people sitting at the table that evening. You and Ashley were there, of course, along with her ex-boyfriend and his father. I'll bet you were talking about all sorts of scandalous, salacious things that night, weren't you?
No. How did you know about that?
Have you been paying attention? We hired a private detective. He told us everything. I guess the two of you were all over each other whenever Ashley and her ex-boyfriend stepped away from the table. Seriously, you're almost old enough to have teenage grandchildren, and yet there you are acting like a couple of love-struck teenagers. But what in God's name was Ashley thinking? Meeting in secret with her ex-boyfriend while she's getting ready to give birth? I don't think her husband would be very happy to hear about that.
Okay, fine, you're right. We both did some slightly inappropriate things that night. But enough about the past. I am worried about my future. All I want right now is to enjoy my life with my husband, Ashley, and her baby. I never wanted this to happen. If my husband really divorces me, then what am I supposed to do? How will I get by without him?
That's your problem, not mine. Whatever the consequences of your actions are, you brought it all upon yourself. If you end up losing everything, then I can only say it's because you deserve to lose everything. I don't think you have any right to object after what you've done.
I know that I've messed up. I already apologized for kicking you out of the house, and now I'm inviting you to come back and live with us. We can start over, be a family again. Wouldn't that be the best outcome for everyone? We can all forget our differences and move forward together.
Be a family again? What do you mean again? You never treated me like family in the first place. And I never felt very much like you were family either. And it's like I said earlier, why in the world are you coming to me for help? It's painfully obvious that the only reason you're trying to pull the family card on me is because you're terrified of what's coming to you. Seriously, you're like an evil mother-in-law from a soap opera. I don't want to hear any talk about family from the likes of you. You've hurt the people around you far too much to be forgiven anymore. All that's left for you to do now is realize the weight of your sins and suffer the consequences. With an emphasis on the suffering part, that is. My father-in-law immediately filed for divorce after we got the report from the private detective. Given the length of her affair and the fact that she was seeing her boyfriend while her husband was working to support her, she received absolutely nothing in the divorce, no alimony, no property. She was kicked out of her husband's house and onto the street. I would be lying if I say that I didn't take some pleasure in that. I mean, the woman who tried to kick me out onto the street, getting her comeuppance in the most ironic way possible, that's just too good to be true. Talia didn't give up on begging me for help, though, and asked if I would be willing to take both her and Ashley into our home. When Jonas found out about that, he went berserk. He didn't mince words with the two of them. He told them that he would destroy them if they ever tried to drag me into their nonsense again. He filed for restraining orders against the both of them, which were granted without issue. But that wasn't quite enough. He was especially angry at his sister, since she's the one who introduced Talia to her ex-boyfriend's father. And she was also the driving force behind Talia kicking us out of their house. So he did the one thing that Ashley wanted to avoid at all costs. He told her husband about everything. Ashley's husband put her on final notice. If she ever met with Talia or her ex-boyfriend again, he would divorce her on the spot. Not wanting to lose her husband like Talia did, Ashley adhered to his demands and blocked Talia's number. It seems like Talia's dream of holding her grandchild in her arms will never come true. As for me, I owe a debt of gratitude to Jonas for how he stood up to his own mother for me. My goal for the future is to be a wife deserving of his love and respect.